we did yesterday. Okay, so the steps are as follows. You draw your two parentheses. Okay, you would draw your two parentheses, and then what? What would be our next step? Put the x's, right? There's two x's right here. It says x squared, so we're going to say x and x. Okay, and then what would be our next step? List the factors of 9. Okay, so we say 9, which is always going to be this last number. So in this case, it's really the 5, the 21, the 70, the 10, the 15, okay? And what's our first one always on the list? 1 and 9, okay? 1 and whatever number's there. So we say 1 and 9. Okay, then we check 2. 9 divided by 2. Does that work? No. Okay, if you get a fraction when you calculate it, it doesn't work. Then we say 9 divided by 3. 3. Okay, and 3 and 3. Okay, so that means we've covered every number. Okay, with these numbers, I need something to give me an 8. So what numbers can I use? 1 and 9. Okay, and if you need it, here is the little chart. You could have a plus, plus, minus, 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 plus, or plus, minus. Okay, and if you were confused about the signs yesterday, make sure you have that chart on you on your paper, and I'll work with you today if you let me know of how to do the signs. Okay, so this is where I expected you to get yesterday, and that's when I graded your papers. I didn't grade. I put the minus below it if it was supposed to be a minus, but I didn't actually mark it wrong. If you had the numbers wrong yesterday, then I marked it wrong. Okay, so we need a positive 8. So how can I make that happen? Minus plus. Okay, so, and you can go through this list and look. Plus 1 plus 9 would give me 10. Minus 1 minus 9 would give me negative 10. Minus 1 plus 9 would give me a positive 8. And so that's how I come up with that. So this is what we did yesterday. This is our actual answer. Okay, now let's look at today's stuff. Okay, today's stuff is going to be somewhat the same. Okay, you're still going to draw parentheses. We're still going to put n and n. We're still going to find the factors of 5. Our first one is still going to be 1 and whatever that number is, which is 5. Does 2 go into 5? No. 3, 4, and 5's on our list. Okay, so this one, there's nothing else to pick from. So it's got to be 1 and 5. Okay. And then what should our signs be? Negative, negative. Okay, because we need a negative 6. Okay, so again, all of these steps are the same. Now, look at me for a second. I'm going to show you the long way because I have to, and then I'm going to show you the short way. Okay, don't write it down because that's a waste of your time. Okay, so see how this says equals 0? Okay, here's what you're really doing. You're saying this factor, n minus 1 equals 0, and n minus 5, I wrote it wrong, minus 5 equals 0. Okay, if we're looking at this one, how do I solve for n? Plus 1. Okay, we're trying to get n by itself, so you'd say plus 1. Okay, so over here I get n equals 1. Okay, what about this one? How do I solve it? Plus 5. Okay, and again, this is the long way. I'm going to show you the shortcut way. N equals 5. Okay, what happened from here to here? They switched, right? So if it's a plus up here, it would really be, so this says negative 1, so our answer is actually positive 1. Okay, our answer was negative 5, so it's actually positive 5. Okay, so this one, my answer would be, if I had n equals 0, x equals, no, we switch. Positive 1 and negative 9. Okay, so you don't need to do all this part on your paper. Okay, because that's really doing a lot. If you know that when you set them equal to 0, it's going to make it opposite, then just do that. Okay, so you need to pay attention whether it's equals 0, and it should look like this, or not equal 0, and it should look like this from yesterday. Okay, whether you're solving it completely or just factoring it out. Okay, so look at number 5. Does that say equals 0? Yes. Okay, so that means we have that extra step added. But you're still going to draw your parentheses. Then what? Put the ends. Find factors of what number? 15. What's the first one? 1 and 15. Okay, does 2 go into 15? You say 15 divided by 2. No. 3. 3 and 5. 4. No, and then 5 is already on our list, so we know we've covered every possible answer. Okay, of these groups, I got 1 and 15 or 3 and 5. What could give me an 8? 3 and 5. How could I get a plus 8? Plus, plus. Okay, now, do we stop or keep going? We keep going because it says equals 0. So it's going to look like n equals what? -3. And you can say comma, -5. Okay, or you can write n equals -3, n equals -5. Okay, so that one's actually our answer. Okay, make sure that you circle them today so I know which one you're deciding on. Okay, for your final answer or not. Okay, 7. Does it say equals 0 or not? Yes. Okay, so we're going to draw our parentheses. I got M and M and 49. What's the first one? 1 and 49. Okay, on your calculator, say 49 divided by 2. You guys did really good typing yesterday, so make sure that you... Does it work? No? 3. Huh? No? 4? No? 5? No? 6? No? 7? Yeah? 7 and what? 7. Okay, how could I get a 14? 7 and 7, and I need a positive 14. Plus, plus. Do we stop or keep going? We keep going. And what's my answer going to be? M equals -7, comma, -7. Okay, 9. We got, oh man. We're going to draw our parentheses. And then what? Draw the ends. And we're going to find a list of what number? 10. What's the first one? 1 and 10. Okay? Now, if you have not been doing it on a calculator, you need to so you know what you're doing. Okay? You're going to take that number and you're going to say 10 divided by 2. Okay? If you get a whole number on your calculator, not a fraction, that means it can go on the list. So you're going to say 2 and 5. Okay? What comes after 2? 3. So you say 10 divided by 3. Why doesn't it work? It's a fraction. Okay, so let's just know it doesn't work. Now you say 10 divided by 4. Doesn't work. And 5 is already up there on a little chart, so we know we've covered everything. I need something to give me a 3. 2 and 5. Okay, now take a second and think. Okay, I need a -3. Plus negative. Good. Do we stop or keep going? How can we tell? It does not have an equal 0, so we stop here. Okay, so circle this one. Okay, 11, we're going to draw our parentheses. We're going to say x and x. We're going to find what number? 56. Okay, so our first one's going to be 1 and 56. Okay, on your calculator, say 56 divided by 2. 2 and 28. Okay, my suggestion to you would be, when you say 56 divided by 2, don't hit erase. Hit the arrow to go up, and then you delete, and then erase it from there. So you don't have to retype everything. Okay? Somebody start making me a list. Next. Did you go to gross? Is that where you intern for this period? Go down to guidance, they need help. I told you to come. I thought you were in gross.
No, I'm only about person.
That's fine. I was like, oh, there's a really good intern in there.
No, I'm in Ms. Baker's room technically.
That's fine.
But I don't ever actually be in there.
3, does 3 go in? 4? 4 and what? 14. 5? No, 6? 7 and 8? Okay. I need something to give me a what? A 1. What can give me a 1? 7 and 8. Okay, and I need a negative 1. Okay, how can I make that happen? Plus, minus. Good. Do we stop or keep going? We stop. Why? There's no equals 0. Okay, so we're going to stop. Okay, 13, you're going to draw your parentheses. We got n and n, and then we're going to use the 20. Okay, even if you can look at the 20, okay, and you know what the numbers are going to be, you still have to make the chart. Everybody understand? So 10 is pretty easy, right? Because there's only 2 numbers, 1 and 10, 2 and 5. You still got to make the chart. Does everybody understand? If you don't make the chart, I'm marking it wrong. Okay, so we got 1 and 20. What else? 2 and 10. 4, 5. Okay, I need a 9. 4, 5. And then, yeah, Gibson, plus, plus. Do we stop or keep going? Stop. Can I scroll? Okay, 15. We got parentheses, KK, 1 and 15, 3 and 5. What can give me a 2? 3 and 5. I need a negative 2.
Negative plus.
Plus negative. Okay, 17. I got M and 20. And some of these, do you need to type that on your calculator, the 20? Mercedes, what are you doing? You're going back to it, why? It's the same factor. So we just did a 20, right? Flip your paper over and just copy the list. Okay? There's no point in dividing it on the calculator when you just did the list. Okay? You can do the list, but this is kind of silly too. Okay, so, but you still need to write it on here, okay? 1 and 20, 2, 10, 4, 5. Okay, what's going to give me a 9? 4, 5, and I need a negative 9. Minus, minus. Do we stop or keep going? Stop. Okay, 19. I got B and B. For the 8, I got 1 and 8, 2 and 4. What can I use to give me a 7? 1 and 8. I need a positive 7. Minus plus. Do we stop or keep going?